1.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Hopefully you guys do well on this as well. All right, it's Ludwig Holberg. He is, I think, the most famous Danish author. And on Fjellstrand, there's, if you look on the walls, you can see his office was actually on that street. You're gonna see his name often. This is frequently asked questions part 2. So everything you see here, you need to know the answer to. So the 8 people that got this wrong, please get it right the next time. You will be seeing it again. Carl Nielsen, 13 people got this wrong. He is Denmark's most important composer. And he composed a lot of operas. Next one. Hopefully you all get this right. All right, round of applause. All right, so only 2 people got this wrong. The legal age in Denmark is 18. And Praveen, please don't write the answer in the chat. Yes, so the Andels movement, so the co-op movement in Denmark started in the second half of the 1800s. And the farmers got together, pooled their resources. And that way they could actually control the cost of production and also the quality of what they were producing. This is, well, obviously it's frequently asked. You are definitely going to run into this again. On to the next one. All right, only 8 people got this wrong. Denmark was occupied by Germany on the 9th of April, 1940. And they were liberated, I think, on the 5th of May, 1945. All right, so at the moment we have SG at number 1, Tanker at number 2, Candy Face 3, Pan 4, and Eric at number 5. 7 players reached an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
We still have 40 questions to go. Yes. So a majority of the Jews that were living in Denmark in 1943 fled to Sweden. Sweden was neutral during the Second World War, and that way, actually, majority of the Danish Jews survived. 6 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. Please get to know this. Like I said before, everybody, well, not everybody, you need to know the answer to every question. So all the frequently asked questions, there's 185 of them. Keep practicing with those quizzes until you're getting 100% on every single thing, okay? All right, next one. Yes, so the Folketing is the one that takes the law proposals. And usually it's the government that puts them forward, that makes the law proposals. 7 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. So far, everyone is doing okay. Everyone in the top 5 is scoring over 6,000 points. Tanker is the highest climber, up 6 places.
Excellent.
Next one. Okay, I'm surprised that 18 people got this wrong. Okay, so in Denmark, there is something called the parliamentary principle. And that was created in 1901. And the principle is that a government must not have a majority against it in the parliament. What does that mean? So, for instance, if I think 3 years ago, the government was made up of Venstre, Liberal Alliance, and I can't remember who, but together they didn't have a majority in parliament, so all the seats. So they needed supporting parties to support their proposals when they put them forth, so that they could get a majority when there was in the votes for the law proposals. I don't know if that made sense, but you're definitely going to see this again. This is one of the top ones. All right, so next one. This one is a no-brainer. All right. So the courts and the government and the parliament are completely independent of one another. And neither the parliament or the government can actually decide how any specific case is handled in the courts. And that's what this question is about. So the 2 people that got this wrong, now you know what you don't know. So the question is asking, may a judge wear any religious symbols in a courthouse? And the answer is no. The reason is judges are supposed to be unbiased And wearing some kind of religious symbol would show some kind of allegiance to some religion. And that might affect the court case. So they're not allowed to wear that, okay? 9 people got that wrong. Now you know what you don't know. Like I said, you need to know the answers to every single one of these questions. All right, Champion Chicken 46 is making a comeback with 3 in a row, and he's on fire.
Oh my, he's on fire!
We've got Eric at number 1 now, Candyface 2, SG has fallen to 3, Aku 4, and AVF at 5. We still have 35 questions to go. All right, so only the courts have the right to judge. 3 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. Static top 5. Next one. All right, only one person got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. Keep up the good work, guys. They're good numbers. So in Denmark, you are not obligated to vote during any election, and you choose whether or not you want to vote for any specific election. 5 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. Next one. This is a no-brainer. All right, round of applause. So in Denmark, there is no death sentence. That's what this question is about. All right, Eric, still number 1, SG number 2, Candyface 3, AVF has gone up to 4, and Real Egon Olsen is now at number 5. Hishab has a streak with 15 correct answers in a row, and he's on fire.
Oh my, he's on fire!
We've got 30 questions to go. You've seen this before. So the regions are in charge of the hospitals and health insurance. Make a list of the responsibilities of the regions, the commune, and the state, because you will definitely see those questions over and over again. All right, next one. Hopefully you all get this right, but let's see. Okay, only 5 people got this wrong. Like I said before, make a list of the responsibilities of the state, the regions, and the communes, okay? This, let's see how this goes. So the name of this organization has been changed to FH and not LO. Yeah, so this is the organization that represents the employers and the collective bargaining that happens between the employers and the employers and the employees. However, this has changed from LAN's organization, which is what LO stands for, to FH. I can't remember what the F and the H stand for. But anyways, not too many people got this wrong. Only 8 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. Next one. Okay, so Copenhagen is the biggest. Next biggest is Aarhus, and the third biggest is Odense. And the fourth biggest is, I think, Aalborg, if I'm not mistaken. And they could ask about any one of those. 4 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. And like I said before, the point of these Kahoots is to show you your knowledge gaps so that you can go and plug those knowledge gaps. That's the point of this. So whenever you fail a question, make a note of that question and either remember the answer or read it up in the book, or both. Okay, 3 people got this wrong. Plug the knowledge gap. Now you know what you don't know. So far, so good. You guys are doing really well. Okay, so the real Egon Olsen has the highest answer streak of 20, but he is in the top 5, but he's at number 4. He's on fire.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Okay, so we are almost halfway through. And once we go over the halfway mark, if you all score 100% on a question, I give an explosion. Okay, 9 people got this wrong. So regardless of your religion, you are obligated to respect the other rules in society. That's what this question is about. Now you know what you don't know. Static top 5 Sifat is back with an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
All right, almost 100%. Round of applause anyways. So both parents are responsible for the child. We are at the halfway point now. Okay, this is interesting. 17 people got this wrong. So you have to be at least 13 years old before you start working outside the home in Denmark. If so, anybody below the age of 13, it's illegal for them to actually work. This is a frequently asked question. 17 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. Please plug that knowledge gap. All right, so SG is back at number 1 now. And Jin is back with an answer streak of 3.
Perfect.
All right, next one. So Harold Blotond brought in Christianity in 968 or 958 or something. I can't remember. And that was written on the rune stones in Yelling. 8 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. Seventeen people got this wrong. So the Reformation happened in Denmark in 1536. I'm not sure if I should go into all those details, but anyways, keep this in mind. So Martin Luther's idea spread to Denmark, and I think he actually visited Denmark at some point. And Denmark actually became a Protestant country because of the Reformation. On to the next one. Hopefully you all get this right. This one is a no-brainer. If you all get this right, explosion time. Damn, okay. 10 people got this wrong. Christian IV ruled Denmark for about 60 years. Most famous Danish king for good and bad reasons. And he built a lot of buildings in Copenhagen. One of them is the Round Tower. The other one is Christiansborg Castle, where the parliament actually is, and several other buildings. Keep that in mind. Frequently asked. The people that failed now, you know what you don't know. Next one. You should all know this. Okay, 6 of you don't. Well, now you know. It's 1849. If there's any date, you should know it's this. Next one. Well, the answer was in the previous question, so hopefully you get this right. Okay. Well, now you know what you don't know. It's Grundloven. Denmark's Rigsgrundloven. Next one. Static top 5. Folake is back in the game.
This girl is on fire.
All right, next one. Okay, so 1864, the Second Schleswig War happened. Denmark lost the war and lost Sune-Jylland in the process. 14 people got this wrong. Please get to know this. You're going to run into this again. Like I said before, you need to know the answers to every single one of these questions. There's 185 of them, okay? You can practice them on the website under most frequently asked questions. You'll hear me say that over and over again. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's for a reason. All right, next one. All right, so this is why I suggest make a list of all the political parties that are currently in parliament and decide the name of each political party, write down the date that it was created, and also the leader of that party. Because you will usually see questions like this and also questions like who's the leader of XYZ party. And those types of questions come out in current affairs. We will be practicing questions like that. And also sometimes there are questions about what year the parties were created. So please make that list if you haven't already. 22 people got this wrong, so please make the list. Next one. Right, someone fell out of the top 5, can't remember who. A-Man is back in the game. He's on fire.
Oh my! He's on fire!
At the moment, we have SG, AVF, MC, Tanker, and Eric in the top 5. Everyone went up a notch when, can't remember who fell out. All right, next one. Under the First World War, Denmark was neutral. 7 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. We've got 14 questions to go. Let's try to get through this quickly. All right, not bad. Round of applause. For the one person that got this wrong, well, now you know what you don't know. Eric climbing the charts. 7 players hit an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
Next one. Okay, round of applause. Only one person got it wrong. I want you guys to all get at least one question right so I can give you guys an explosion. So let's see what happens. GMY is making a comeback with 3 in a row. Okay, so this is what I meant in the previous question when we're talking about the political parties. So make that list, okay? Name of the political party, the day it was created, and who is the current leader. All right, next one. Yes, so there was a referendum in 1972, and majority of people voted yes for Denmark to join the EU. And Denmark joined the EU the following year, 1973. A lot of things happened that year, so that was a very important year in Denmark's history. 8 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. All right, we've got 10 questions to go. Yes, so one of the grassroots movements in the 70s was, well, one of the significant ones was they were saying no to nuclear energy. And obviously nuclear weapons as well. Static top 5. Not much is going on in that top 5. Sixteen people got this wrong. I'm actually quite surprised. Okay, so in Denmark, it's called a representative democracy, which means that the people vote for the politicians and the politicians make the decisions. It's a very simple concept. That's all. So now you know what you don't know. CC is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Excellent.
At the moment, we have SG, MC, AVF, Tanker, and Eric. SG was actually number 1 earlier on, then fell off and came back. So round of applause to you. Please get this. Okay. All right. So finally, we come across a question that everybody got correct. And since we're past the halfway point, you get an explosion for that. Round of applause. You guys are doing really well in this, actually. Keep up the good work. Static top 5. We've got 7 questions to go and we're done. Okay, 17 people got this wrong. There is no definite number of ministers. It's kind of arbitrary. And the prime minister is free to choose however many ministers he or she wants. All right, next one. Yes, so the prime minister can call an election at any point within the election period. And actually, that's what happened in this previous election. So the election was supposed to happen this year, but she called it early last year in November. All right, SGMCAVF Tanker Eric. Same people. Queen is making a comeback with 3 in a row, and she's on fire.
This girl is on fire.
Okay, so we have the last 5 questions to go. Okay, so there is no limit to the number of times a politician can get voted into parliament. 7 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. Please get to know this. You will run into it again. 4 questions to go, and we're done with this for tonight. I'm actually surprised. Well, so every law proposal has to be debated at least 3 times in Parliament before it is either accepted or rejected. All right. Next one. So everyone has the right to actually go and observe the meetings that are happening in the parliament. So, for instance, when a law is being debated and actually maybe even voted on, you can go in there, sit down, and watch what's going on. So it's open to the public by law. All right, 2 questions to go. Rishu is back with an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
Static top 5, SG still at number 1. Hopefully you all get this right. Let's see. Okay, 6 people got this wrong. It's the commune's responsibility to run the schools, public schools within that commune. All right, last question. Already talked about this today. right, almost 100%. Round of applause. Okay, podium time. AVF at number 3. MC at number 2. And SG at number 1. All right. Tanker 4 and Eric 5.